Hi everyone and welcome to this week's workout. Filming it about 6 p.m. in the evening. The builders have been here all day, scaffolding's still there, but everything seems peaceful now. So I'm hoping to get this workout filmed in some lovely peace and quiet. The tumble dryer's turned off, so that won't be pinging all the way through the floor section this week either. Welcome to several new weekly workouters this week. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to start off with our feet hip width apart. We're going to warm up through some of our main joints, through the arms, through the hips and the legs, and then through our postural muscles before going on to some fairly strong work. So starting off with our feet hip width apart, weight planted down through both feet, have a little stretch up, and as you stretch up, draw those shoulders back and down, pull the arms up beside your ears so they're not forward here, they're not back, they're just beside your ears, shoulders are down, tummy's in, bottom's in, and come down and down. Lift up again, stretch up, draw the tummy button up and in, the bottom is down and in behind you, ribs are lifted but they're drawn back, and we're just enjoying a lovely stretch up through those ribs as we go. Not just an arm straighten and bend, it's an actual push up through the trunk of the body. And then come back to centre and come down and down. Soften our knees to curl down towards the floor, going down as far as you want to, taking your bottom down with you a bit but not all the way. And then uncurl up and uncurl up. Stretch up through once more. Have a little rib stretch when you get there, just easing everything out. Lovely. And stay up here, relax your shoulders. Relax one arm down and take a stretch. And then relax the other one and stretch. Relax and lift, relax and lift. Two more. Lovely, relax. Now pull the arms down. Really, really nice. Well done. Take one more curl. Bend those knees round forward, letting your head and arms relax. Feel your spine lengthening and then lift up through. Lift up through. When you get back to the middle, just check tummy's up and in, bottom's down and in, and take some stretches now just to begin strengthening up through the arms and loosening through. Lovely. Now just comb your hair, so drawing your thumb back as if you were combing your hair with your thumb in a very exaggerated way. Lovely. And then turn it into a straighter arm circle, just loosening through that shoulder joint. Lovely. Try not to do it in a tense way so we're not up here. The arms are nice and loose. Bit of tone just to keep it under control. And then take your arms out to the side and take a circle going in a different plane. Cross your body. Lovely. Good. And just loosening through. Again, not here, not rigid, but just relaxed, but getting a lovely feeling of lift up through your body as you go through. Very nice. Good. Let's comb the hair again. Just 4 times, straight 4 times, 2 and 3, and then across for 8, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Now let's move the legs, just take some knee lifts in front, 4 times, then out to an angle, 1, 2, and 3, straight legs in front, straight, and straight, and straight, and straight out to that diagonal. Not too straight so you're tense. Bent knees again. 2 and 3 and out to the side. Out. 2 and 3 and then straight. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and straight out. 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Take some sways and pushes. Push your arms across you 4 times here. 4 times going up over your head, bending your knees, 4 across, 2 and 3 and 4, and then 4 up, 4 up, 4 up. Good. Now take one arm over, just beginning a little waist stretch, but nothing too much. If you can feel that in your lower back, just go straight up with the arm up there. But if you can, just begin to work through the sides. And then both arms again, still getting a deep knee bend through both knees. Both arms straight up. One arm over the top, waist bend or straight up, whichever version you want to do. And a breaststroke through the arms. Hopefully you've all made sure you've got plenty of room around you. I think most of you have now probably got a favourite spot where you do this at home. Lovely. And just walk, feet back in. Very nice. Now take them out just a little bit wider than your hips. Take your arms out to the side and just clap overhead and bring your hands down to side shoulder level. Lifting up and in through your tummy muscles, tucking your bottom underneath you. Don't straighten out through your knees completely and don't have your elbows locked right back. Lovely, so that's all the bossy bits out of the way. Have a little lift and lower here. Leave them at shoulder level to draw them in and out. In. Making sure your shoulders haven't crept up here with the effort. Keep your shoulders back and down. Feel tall between your hips and your upper ribs. Lovely. Good. And the tummy is still toned. Take your arms overhead again now. Bend your elbows and just come down and up. Remembering some of these moves for later when we pick up our weights. We'll be doing some of them again. Good. And then leave them down here to come forward and back. So you should feel now that your arms are just beginning to do a little bit harder work than just loosening off as we were just now. In and out. Bring your elbows right in. Elbows and baby fingers in to meet. Lovely. Keeping your body steady. Felt mine just beginning to rock then, so I just had to tone through the core muscles a little bit. Have a little swing. Lovely. And leave the arms alone just for a moment. Bring the feet in. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can stay where you are. Soften through your knees. Put your hands on your hips and just take our little arch and tuck under. Keeping it smooth. Now we all know what we're doing with these. We just need to keep them smooth and gentle rather than jerky. And the point of this is just to begin to engage those abdominal and the glutes round through the back, the hips. Just getting all that little muscle group around the pelvis moving and functioning. Good. Excellent. Just taking now your elbows back and in and back. I'll just turn this way again to show you. So our elbows are just going back, and you can just feel now the mid-back is now engaging, sort of going up towards the shoulder blades a bit too. Lovely. And join it in with your bottom. Don't over pull in, just come back to a central position in between. Lovely. Good. Keep that going. Excellent. Come back to the middle, lift up and just take a swing. One arm forward and one back to loosen through the arms there, just in case. Good. Take them out to the side again. Have a little extra stronger tuck in now through your core to clap overhead and down, keeping your palms facing up, knees a little bit flexed so we're not pushing back through that knee joint. Really now beginning to strengthen up through the arms, through the upper back and the shoulders, keeping an open chest, and the tummy muscles are working hard to keep your core in a good postural place while we do this. Excellent. Come forward and back, and as you go back, have a little squeeze. Just lightly tap your fingers in front. Beautiful. Lovely. And it's nice, this one. You can just begin to feel that we're working quite hard. Take your feet wider. And as we're doing this now, just bend and lift. Bend and lift. Taking your bottom down with you. Keeping that tummy toned. Keeping your shoulders back and down. Stay down. Take the arms out. Lift up to come up. Down, up. Sometimes we go up and down in different places with previous workouts than this. It's all good for the brain. Gets the brain thinking about our coordination at the same time. Perfect. Good. Stay down now as we close fingertips and elbows towards each other. Keep that bottom tucked under. The temptation is to stick the bottom out a little bit. Keep it in. Keep your tummy muscles toned. So they're keeping the core nice and stable here. Bend your knees a little bit more. Lovely. Good. Let's go back to the sway we did earlier, pushing both arms away. Now push the heels of your hands away from you. Keep the sway going as you go up overhead and get a deeper bend. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Now comb your hair as you sway. Comb your hair and then circle your arm. Lovely. Good, circle this one across. So go with the sway, down, up, down. Getting a deep sway. If you're not feeling puffed out, it means you're not getting a big enough circle or a deep enough knee bend. Lovely. Good, come back to the middle. Take your arms out, come in, out. Then bend your knees, down, up. Now let the arms do their thing. Focus on your legs now. Keep your shins back. Push your legs down and up, using your glutes to pull you back up. Lovely. Not locking that knee joint back. Pushing your baby toes, big toes, but your heels mainly into the floor. That helps to keep your shins from pushing forward. Lovely. Stay down here now to stretch up. Pulled up, down, up. Lovely. Not bringing the elbows down here like last week, stopping at shoulder level. So we're working the under upper arms really nicely here. Good. Stay down here to come in. And this time have a little pulse in this position. Bottom still underneath you, tummy tucked up and in. Shoulders are back and down, they haven't crept up with the effort. Keep them down. Lovely. Good, sway and push. Down, push. And then stretch the heel of your hand and push away. Now go up, framing your face, bending the knees well. And then let's do our waist bendy one. Or if you feel this in your lower back, remember, just go straight up for now. We're going to work the waists at any moment. Good, excellent. Bring everything back in. Have your toes turned out very slightly. Lift up through your tummy and tuck down with your bottom. Good. Take your arms out to the side. A little bit of a knee bend, so push your knees out over your middle toes, but make sure your shins are back. And we're going to clap our hands over here and come down. Clap our hands, down. Clap and down. If you feel that in your lower back, just keep going with a waist bend. But if you're okay, take your arms over and you can feel the reason it's harder is just that we're lifting these heavy levers over the top and over the top. Our bottom is staying in that lovely tucked under position we had earlier. Over and lift, over and lift, stretch and lift, stretch and lift, stretch over, stay here, bring the arm back but keep the body there. Over and down, over and down, good, over. Keep everything here. Keep that arm up, don't let it drop down here, otherwise you won't be able to reach it. Clap and down, clap, come back up, good. Go over to the other side, over and down, over and down, over and down. Keep that arm up, the temptation is to let it drop, then you can't reach it. Lift and down, lift and down, lift and come back up, good. Take a deep knee bend, bring your arms in towards you. We're going to take an elbow towards an outer opposite knee, not moving our legs or our hips, just rotating our body, so using our muffin top muscles to pull us around, taking our elbow towards the back or the outside knee. We did a similar movement last week, not quite the same, but very similar. Staying down here now, reach for an outer toe and then tap your opposite cheek behind you with the other hand. Down, up, down. Tummy is pulled in. Our weight is very slightly forward, but not too much. Our feet are firmly planted into the ground. Our legs aren't moving, our body is just moving us around. Come to the middle and uncurl up and up. Shoulders back and down, a little bit of flexion there to do our lovely one we do quite a lot. Reaching over and pulling back. Now I want you to imagine you're pulling something back with you. You're pulling something back that's quite strong. Try not to just do this. It's not just an arm movement. It is a reach and a pull. So we're really engaging those core muscles again. Thighs are getting a bit tired because you've got nice bent knees. So you can straighten them if you need to. Over to the other side now. Lift and pull back. Lift and pull back. Lift and pull back. Keep going over here. Good. Over. Pull back. Over and pull back. Over and back. Over. Come back to clapping overhead. Clap. Open. Clap. Open. Good. 4 of those. So lift and 2 and 3. Now with bent knees, go down to the floor, tap the floor, stretch out, tap the floor, stretch out, tap the floor, stretch out, floor. Now floor and overhead, floor and lift. So we're folding our body in half. Knees are bending slightly, but it's our body doing the work. Stay here to clap, open, clap, open, clap, open, clap. Good, big stretches, lovely. Turn to, or actually bring your feet back in, there's no need to turn. Take one foot forward, take the other foot back. I'm just going to spin around so that you can see. I thought that when I was doing last week's workout, there's no need for you to turn. Keep the front shin back. From last week, our knee bends, no arms today, just focusing on that thigh work, going down and up. Keep your hands on your hips so we can really think about the core here, keeping everything steady. So we're not arching our back, we're not coming forward, we're just in the middle, controlling. So although we're working our legs, our glutes really hard, we're actually working our core muscles quite hard too. They are keeping everything nice and stable. Lovely. If you have funny knees and you don't want to do this one, just take little ones. Don't go down so far. If you can, go nearly to the floor and then swap over feet. Take the other one back. Get into a good position. Take a few moments to find that good position. Shin back. Readjust yourself as you go through. If you feel that by going down you're pushing your shin too far forward, just adjust that front foot out. Toned tummies, toned lower back. Little bit of tone through the upper muscles of the back to keep your chest open and lifted. Hands on your hips to keep balance. Lovely. Good. Excellent. Good. And come back to facing the front. From here, we're going to take a step forward and bend our knees and come back. Down, up, down. So a similar movement to what we've just been doing. That's very similar, but we're going about it in a different way. Down, up. Now, if you want to, you can touch the floor as you go forward. Down, up, down, up, down, up. As you come up, tuck everything in. Down. And it's really hard to keep balance as you go, but it gets the heart going, keeps the thighs working nicely. Down and up. Down, come back to the middle, well done. Give the legs just a little shake out there. We're now going to have a little hamstring stretch. So soften through your knees but don't bend completely. Hands on your hips, pull your elbows back, stick your bottom out and ease yourself forward. Weight going back through your heels but not back there, slightly forward at the same time if that makes sense. Straighten your legs to a place you want to. But if you've got bendy legs, don't push that knee joint right out. Tuck your chin down a little bit, but don't pull it in tightly. Pull your elbows back and imagine someone's popped a tray on your back with full champagne glasses and you've got to try and balance them there on a beautifully flat back. Enjoy that stretch that goes up through your hamstrings, as your hamstrings come up over your bottom. So feel that stretch, squeeze your elbows towards each other and then relax off. Soften your knees and uncurl and uncurl. Great, from here we're going to go into a high plank. So walk back your mat if you're using one or walk back along the floor a little bit. Curl your body down, walk your hands out so that your wrists will be underneath your shoulders. Take your feet out a little bit more and pull your tummy up and in. Not so much that you do that, but so you've got a lovely position. Just tap a foot in. Lovely. Don't push all of your body weight down through your wrists. Make sure your body is pulling itself up a little bit too. Lovely. And then dab out to the side, just checking you have room. Lovely. Good. Walk your feet back in. Bend your knees and uncurl. Back up, back up. Have a lovely stretch overhead. Pull down and just pick up your weights or your tins or nothing at all if you'd rather not. Have your feet just wider than your hips to start off with. Lift the weights through here and just open and close while we regroup, while we tuck the tummies up and in, pull the bottom down and in behind you. Squeeze just gently in your shoulder blades so we're not round here, we're up here. Feel lifted through your chest but not thrust forward, and your ribs are lifted and back too. Lovely, good, well done. Excellent, so far, so good. Take the arms down now. We're going to come up to the middle and down, out to the side, then all the way up and all the way up to the side. Halfway up and halfway up to the side, all the way up forwards. Now you really have to hang on to your core muscles here. Halfway up and down, halfway up, good. All the way up and down, all the way sideways and down, half, up and down, half, all the way, up, everything in, lift and down. Good, come back to our sort of middly thinking about our posture move. So get those rotator cuff muscles working, but the reason we're coming back here, we've done this movement a lot, it gives us just a few moments to think about, right, where is my tummy, where is my bottom, are my shoulders back and down, am I as tall as I can be without being tense, and making sure you haven't locked back through your knee joint. Very, very good. Excellent. Bring your arms so that your knuckles are pointing forward, and we're just going to take one arm out to the side and one arm in front. And we're going to come back through this lifted position in the middle. Lovely. So momentum is taking us a bit. We're going to keep the body lovely and steady. So it's not our body lifting the weight, it is our arms, our upper back and our shoulders working hard to lift one out to the side and one forward. They can both be a little bit bent, but feel the weight involved through there. Feel that weight. Good. Feel that weight. A few more. Down, lift, up. Down, lift and pull back up. Down and pull back up. Down. We'll do a few more just in case it feels a bit funny. Haven't done this sort of thing. We've done something similar, so it might just take a few goes to feel it. So one out to the side, one up in front. I'll just turn sideways so that you can see as well, if that helps. Keeping the core under control. In the effort, don't let your bottom stick out behind you. And down. Good. Have a little roll through your shoulders a moment. Take the weights up overhead. Again, check your posture, soften through your knees. Bring the weights down, close in, go out, stretch up. Down, in, out, push up, down, out. Lovely. Push up, down, close, in. I don't really mind where your weights go when they come down, as long as your elbows are lifted just below your shoulders are down, but you've got this lovely work going on through your upper arm, through the shoulder, but also through the chest. Lovely. Stay here and just push up and down, using the full range now as we did last week, pushing up and down through there. Lovely. Good. And come back down. Have a little roll. Check your posture. Take your feet out nice and wide. Just bend through your knees. Bring your hands in here. Take both weights out to one side. Open one side and pull in. Open and pull in. Keep your chest and your hips Square to the front, it's just your arm moving. We're not turning the body yet. Now you can turn the body. So turn and turn and turn. Keeping your hips steady, just rotate in your body. Lovely. Pop your arms down. Have a little shake through before you take them out to the other side. Don't turn your body first. Keep your chest and your hips facing forward. Your arms should be just below shoulder level. Lovely, good. It's getting hot in here now. These are obviously a bit harder. And then turn your body. So turn and turn, but don't turn your legs or your hips. Just your upper body out and in and out and in. Good, pop the weights down. Come back to some swings we did earlier. Just circling through the arms to release off any tension there. Good, and then our sideways circles as well. Lovely. And then comb your hair. Brilliant. Well done. And we're ready to pop down onto the floor. Good work. Okay, so here we are down on the floor. I got rather carried away standing up this week. I did lots more repetitions than I was meant to, but I think it was a lovely standy-uppy workout. So we're down on the floor and we'll just have sort of just under 10 minutes down here. So we'll focus on tummy work down here, and then I'll add on the Better Backs video to this playlist, so that if you want to do some back strengthening as well, you can add that on at the end if you have time. But we'll make sure we do some back exercises next week. So we're going to start lying down on the mats or on your floor with some weights fairly close by, but we don't need them straight away. Just to get going, let's push our lower back into the floor, relax through our shoulders, and just get our scissor legs going, remembering the different alternatives. So you can start off here, gradually increasing the length of that leg, sliding the leg along the floor, and then if you can, do exactly the same but without sliding the leg. So this is the hardest sort of version of it, and then this is the easiest version. But each one, listen to your own body. You know how strong your own abdominal muscles are, and you can just adapt the exercise accordingly. Good. Bring your elbows up now, and whichever version you're doing, we're just going to take an opposite elbow towards the knee, and then we're going to take our hands above our head, keeping our tummy down on the floor, checking our position, and then just bringing an elbow in from here. Again, you don't need to put your arms over your head. If you'd rather not, you can just leave them low as we started this just now. Lovely. And just release down and release down. Have your palms on the floor, have your feet close to your bottom, strong tuck under through your core. We're now going to lift up, lift our arms, put our arms down, put our core down. Lift up, stretch our arms, down and down. Lift our hips up, down and down. Lift our hips, stretch, down. Same thing, so a strong tuck under to lift up. Take your arms a little bit further back if you feel comfy. Bring them back down to the floor and then pop down. Lift your hips, take your arms back a bit further, keeping everything steady and down. As you curl back down, make sure that you're curling your vertebrae down and your coccyx is staying slightly off the floor at the very end. Bring it down and down. You're not pushing up beyond your shoulder blades. Don't go too far up. And down and lift and stretch and down. Good. Just take your feet out again. Pop your hands on your thighs. We're now going to slide up towards our knees and back down. Slide up and down. Again, listening to your own body. You can use your thighs and have a little pull up if you want to. You can only come up a little way and down depending on your abdominal muscles and also on your back. So we need to have the feeling of a concave feeling through the abdominals. Curling up, rounding the shoulders, not tensing the shoulders, A lot of people sort of come up here and get a bit stuck. Relax down through your shoulders as you curl. Thinking about all of these things as you come up and down, and rest there for a moment. Back to our scissor legs. Take your arms overhead if you want to and add in your elbow. Keep your legs small or slide them along the floor if you'd rather. Keep your arms in here and just take an elbow across if that is better for you. But listen to your own body and gradually build up your own strength. Perfect. Good. And come down and down. Lift your knees up to our tabletop position and just straighten and in, straighten and in, straighten. So try and have your knees at 90 degrees with your body, so your thighs are at 90 degrees. It's much easier to do this exercise here, as I keep saying, but we're going to try and do it out there. Lovely. And this time we're going to take a longer time to take that leg out and then bring it back in slowly. Take the other one out slowly and bring it back. Take them out slowly. Feel what that does to the work through the abdominals, keeping your back as close to the floor as you can. Shoulders relaxed. Good. Pop your legs down and down. Excellent. Just pop your hands onto your shoulder blades. Pop your fingertips down. Just lift your elbows up together and down, up and down. Take your feet out a little bit. As you lift your elbows now, just lift your head and shoulders. Lift your head and shoulders. And I want you to be feeling that now in the top end of your abdominals. So just now we were working the lower abdominals. We're now working this top bit just underneath your diaphragm. Lovely. Imaginary tennis ball under your chin, so you're not leaving your head behind. You're not tucking your chin in too far either. Good. And come down and come down. Just lift both legs up overhead. Take your arms out to the side and just open and close your legs here. Trying to get a lovely straight leg, but don't worry if it's not. We're just aiming for that lovely straight leg. Pull your toes back towards you. Lovely. And just bend them in. Lovely. Stretch them up again. Pointed toes. Have a little reach out here, keeping your tummy toned. Your tummy is your anchor here. Your ribs are back. The back of your ribs are on the floor. Your lower back is on the floor. Your legs may not be straight, but you're sort of aiming for them to be straightish. And we're just opening and closing. So we're using the inner and outer thighs. So it doesn't really matter if we're here. That's absolutely fine. We're still working your inner and outer thighs. But if you can, stretch through your legs so that you're having a lovely stretch out too. Pull the toes back periodically. Lovely. Good. Leave them up here. Lower one and bring it back up. Lower the other one and up. Don't over tense the feet. Don't overstretch them to give yourself cramp. Lovely. Pulling down through your abdominals as you do this. If you know you have lower back problems, you might just want to take them down here first. Just warm it through. Just test the water, or just take them down to halfway and come up. So again, just adapt these exercises very slightly. And remember, none of them should be painful. They should feel hard because the muscles are tired, but you shouldn't actually feel any pain. Okay, a bit of an ache maybe, but not a pain, a bit different. Lovely. Curl into a little ball and just have a breather there. And luckily, because I've overrun on the standing up bit, that's all you have to do tummy-wise today. But let's just have a lovely stretch before we finish, and let's stay down here. So have your feet and your knees apart. Have your feet firmly on the floor, and just take your arms overhead, pulling your back down into the floor. Relax your shoulders off, but just enjoy that stretch. Now pull your tummy down a bit harder, stretch your arms a little bit further, and release off, and bring your arms back, and back, and back. Stretch your right foot along the floor, pull your toes back, lift your leg up overhead, and wherever that leg is, just hold on to the back of your thigh or the back of your calf and just ease that leg back. Feel that stretch all the way up through there. Lovely. And then pop it down. Do the other leg. Stretch it out along the floor. Pull it back up. Pull your toes back towards you. Either the back of your thigh, not your knee, or the back of your calf. So one or the other. Just ease back. Not a good idea to pull on the joint. If you know you're a bit hypermobile, don't push that knee joint right out. Just have it. It will feel to you as if it's a little bit bent. And then pop that one down. With your arms out to the side, just lift one arm over the top. So your shoulder comes off the floor very slightly, but the rest of your body stays down, and you just feel that stretch across the top shoulder there. And go back and take the other arm over. Feel the stretch. So I'll just point it out. So the stretch is across here. So earlier on we did quite a lot of hard arm work. So that will be nice for that. Still with our tummy down. Still breathing. There's no tension. Just a lovely stretching out of that shoulder. And come down. Bring your arms down. Just pop your ankle on top of your knee there. And to start off with, we're going to pull that leg up. Push the knee out and pull your thigh in. Lovely, and feel that stretch through your glutes. Lovely, so nice hip stretch through there, glute stretch. And then pop that down. Pop your foot on the floor. Now just take that leg very gently over to one side, still with that leg in that position. Tummy tone strongly to pull it back up, and let that leg go down to the other side. Don't worry if you don't get to the floor, that's absolutely fine. Keep your shoulders on the floor this time, both shoulders. So you've got a lovely stretch going down through the side of your body, through your hip again. And then lift up, have a little lift to change over. So pop the ankle on top of your knee, push that knee, the top knee out, lift the other foot off the floor and feel that instant stretch through your glutes. Through the glutes on one side. Lovely. Tummy is toned, there's no tension anywhere, just a lovely stretch. Pop your foot down. Just take your leg over to one side. It doesn't matter which side you do first, just have a lovely stretch there. Ease out any tension. Strong tuck under through your quads, come back up, and then let that go over. Feels a bit odd. Don't normally do it with one leg up in the air, but it's a lovely stretch to finish with. Strong tuck under and come back up and pop the leg down. Using your thighs, just curl up over your knees, really extending through your spine, long spine, pushing your fingertips down beyond your toes. They might not go beyond your toes, but that's what you're aiming for. They might only come here. I've got long arms so I can reach down. My tummy is pulling away, so I've got a concave feeling through my ribs and my tummy. My head and shoulders are relaxed. I'm not crunched up here, but my spine is lengthening nicely. And having a stretch. Let's just lift up through there. Pull everything up. Pull your shoulders back. Use your thighs to pull you up. And just feel as if you're arching the spine there to give your tummy a lovely stretch. You're shortening your back, lengthening through the front, and then release off. And to finish, just have a lovely stretch up over, pull down, and just relax everything off. And enjoy the rest of your day or evening. Well done. That's quite a tough one this week, but I hope you enjoyed it.